Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early mornings LA, the 6:30 edition. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and I'm here, you're here, and the only thing missing, is it's just always missing the bacon. How are you? Big news across the board on your stimulus, as all eyes are back on Congress to get that stimulus done now that the impeachment's over. Everyone's refocusing back on stimulus. Wall Street's focusing on it, you're focusing on it. I have not unfocused on it, but now the push is underway, and the time frame and the opportunity to learn about the stimulus packages is very narrow. The bill will be called for a vote in the House of Representatives by the 22nd of this month. Then it'll land in the Senate. We will see the bill as early as tomorrow. We already have the bill provisions because I've been delivering them to you as PDF as members. But we will see the bill, and as soon as we see the bill, we'll be ready to pounce and get ready with documents, applications, and things we need to have to get that money. In this recording, I show you how to get ready in advance of actually seeing the bill. Then I'll be cutting over to rent and utilities. There's still free rent and utilities for you to get despite waiting around for the third stimulus package. I have big news about EIDL as well that's just breaking today. And then I have new economic data that'll be hitting across the board that'll impact your stimulus. So much happening across the board. If you did not watch the 6 a.m. edition, catch that after this video. But thank you for joining me on the continuation of Early Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everyone. Live from Los Angeles, this is Mornings LA, the 6:30 edition. From Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, thank you for joining me on the most comprehensive financial news channel there is. There is so much happening this morning, so I wanted to make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. Make sure you subscribe. We'll try to add about 1,000 subscribers today and tomorrow because there is so much happening. You don't want to miss any of this. And this channel is now at 99 million views in less than 9 months. It's a YouTube record. We're trying to get to 100 million views by the end of the 9th month. Let's do it. No one in the history of YouTube has ever done it. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, and if you want to become a member, consider becoming a member. So you have early access to these documents that you know how to pounce as a purple power and get that money before anyone else. And with that, over there is an instant premiere. Let me also mention that as well. Chapter Purple Power Buddies. We always have about 50, 60,000 people in here every morning or two, so make sure you jump in saying, what's going on? Got that $12 ice cream for me? No. Why would you think I have $12 ice cream for you? You didn't bring me bacon. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you start the new morning is that Jerome Powell says, hey, we need more stimulus. Where did you think we need less stimulus? Where did you think that stimulus is stopping? This is what you're going to hear tomorrow. You're going to hear some analysts on Wall Street say, I'm worried about inflation. I'm worried about this. Jerome Powell said, stop worrying about it. He said it last Friday and Thursday. He said, I'm not raising interest rates because there is no broad employment of people across this economy. He says people do not have their jobs back. And until people do not have the jobs back, the Federal Reserve is not changing its policy on interest rates. Get over it. I don't think he can make it clear. And with that, he also said, send out more stimulus, by the way. Despite the surprising speed of recovery early on, we're still very far from a strong labor market whose benefits are broadly shared. We are very far from a market whose benefits are broadly shared, meaning that you may see housing rebounding or certain industries, maybe like aerospace, but he's saying, everyone else, no, we don't see it there. So don't think that we're raising inflation or raising interest rates. We're not. And that's because we need more stimulus. Given the number of people who lost their jobs and the likelihood that some will struggle to find the post-pandemic recovery, achieving maximum unemployment will require more supportive monetary policies. The stimulus check on the third stimulus package is $1,400. $2,800 for a married couple, $1,400 for a child, $1,400 for adult dependent. You would get it shortly after the bill lands in the Senate. The bill will land in the Senate somewhere right after February 22nd. On February 22nd, no later than February 22nd, it's called for a vote in the House. Then it lands in the Senate. You would get the check shortly thereafter. The FPUC, however, may get modified, and so may the stimulus check. The stimulus check was supposed to be that amount plus $2,000, and adult dependents were supposed to get $3,200 plus $2,000. Ron Wyden, the Democrat out of Oregon, says, you know what, FPUC, I'm not going to sign this bill because the FPUC amount's wrong. I want $600 a week. And he says the Senate can modify numbers as much as they want. He's right. Yeah, he's absolutely right. They don't like the stimulus check of $1,400. They can do $1,500. They could do $1,600, or they could do $14 plus $2,000. Ossoff and Warnock, the senators from Georgia, said they're going to give you that amount plus $2,000. They said they're going to give you a new $2,000 stimulus check. And then there is Cruz and Rubio and Cardin. They were always adamant about a $10,000 EIDL grant. Well, the third stimulus package is a $5,000 EIDL grant. It's not a $10,000 grant. The the summary to the third stimulus package that was debuted by Joe Biden, written by the president himself right before Inauguration Day, said that the business grants would be big and beautiful and get businesses impacted by the pandemic back to normal and give them big grants. It's not there. It's $5,000. It also said that the business grants would be equally distributed across all industries. It's hogwash. There's a business grant for everyone under EIDL of $5,000 only in low-income based communities. Again, if you're in a rich area, you're not getting a business grant. And then guess what? The restaurant industry lobbied and got a $5 million grant for for every restaurant location. That's not widespread equal disbursement. It's industry inequality. It's giving restaurant industries $5 million grants and non-restaurant industries not $5 million grants. That's not what you promised. It needs to get modified. I don't think a single Republican, and I think a lot of Democrats, when they see that language, are not going to be happy, because that's not consistent with how senators operate, where we're going to really give one industry of this country a lot of money and the other industry not a lot of money. Shari Abbas, Director of Economic Policy at the Bipartisan Policy Center, says, if we're talking about immediate COVID relief, it's difficult to argue the most effective way to get this money in people's pockets are those who are struggling right now. Yeah, but that's a great comment or quote if we're talking about January 20th. We're not at January 20th. We are in February heading to March. And the concern is, why is it taking so long? The question is, where is the focus? On Friday, Joe Biden's administration focused again less on stimulus. In fact, he's had very little to say about stimulus in the last 5 days. Maybe that'll change tomorrow. He spoke about Friday with the CDC reopening schools despite no vaccines in the schools, no teachers vaccinated, and no students, of course, vaccinated, because the vaccines don't work with young kids. Gavin Newsom, however, has said he's not doing this. The Democratic governor of California says he does not agree with Joe Biden's policies and that everyone has to be vaccinated until he opens up schools. There will be no person instruction in the state of California this season. The vast majority of 6 million public schools have not seen a classroom open since March. I am now concerned about the opening of schools in August 2021, said United Superintendent Chris Evans in another statement. And that's on top of the suggestion that CDC Director Rochelle Walensky consistently says there's increased data that schools can safely reopen and teachers do not need to be vaccinated. Ask a teacher that question. In California, they don't believe that. California, they think they need vaccinations. The big issue is, where can numbers get modified under the third stimulus package? Stimulus check, whether it's the individual stimulus check, $2,000 plus $1,400, or the adults' stimulus check, $3,200 for adults, They were promised the back unpaid stimulus check from the first stimulus package, $1,200. And then the second stimulus check they never got, $600. That is 2 unpaid checks. Why are they not getting it paid? Then FPUC, boy, FPUC just keeps on falling on deaf ears. FPUC, before the godsend of Rod Wyden, kept on getting butchered as it went on. It was $600 in the first stimulus package, then expired. Then it was trying to be reactivated. It wasn't reactivated. Then Nancy Pelosi said, give me exactly $600 for 6 months of negotiations, and no one would give her $600. Then when the fall came, she said, don't worry, when Biden comes in, it'll be $600 and it'll be retroactive. She used the exact words, it will be retroactive. Then President Biden came in, he wrote $600 and he said it was going to be retroactive. And then suddenly out of nowhere, he said it's $400 and it's from January to September. And everyone's jaw dropped. It would suddenly drop the word retroactive. And now it was January to September at $400 a week. Now in the third stimulus package, it's not even that still. Now it's shrunk even further to $400 from March to August. August makes no sense among all the other things that have happened right in the last 2 sentences, because no one, whether it's Wyden or Yellen or the Federal Reserve chairman, thinks that employment will be back to normal in August or September 1st. It won't. So why are we allowing FPUC to expire again? This Congress will be on vacation in July, and once again, they won't take care of it. I mean, the Congress's session, as the Senate session, as President Biden should know as a former senator, is very limited in the month of July and August. I've not said this on this channel for 6 to 8 months, and I'm saying for the first time in this recording. July, as you recall, they're in session in June and then July, and suddenly, bam, there's that big chunk in which they're on vacation. They're literally out of town. This is not like they're in town and working subcommittees. They're literally gone. It's their summer vacation. Then they come back for just a few days in August, and then bam, they're gone to late September. So they're having things programmed expire in August is just categorically scary. It shouldn't happen. And this is where things are just getting a little bit more peculiar. The January jobs report showed that long-term unemployment, which refers to 6 months or more of unemployment, is getting very serious. 40% of jobless workers are currently long-term unemployed. And that number is so bad, let me show you the context. The number of long-term unemployed people in the Great Recession was 46%. We're almost at that number. There's a massive hole. There's 10 million fewer jobs than before the pandemic hit. There's 400,000 businesses that don't exist. And this is the problem. As Joe Biden said, we saw the jobs report. Only 6,000 private jobs were created in the month of January. And at that rate, it's going to take 10 years before we get to full employment. This is not hyperbole. So I want you to focus on something he said in that paragraph. He wants full employment. He's shooting for employment. Well, if FPUC is expiring in August, then he must guess that there's going to be full employment in September. How can he? His Treasury Secretary says it's not till next year. That's why something's not working here. I appreciate you all coming over because this is the urgency with which you're moving, but this is all about people's lives. This is not about numbers. I'd like to be doing it with the sort of Republicans. It's my preference to get this work together, and I'd had to choose to do it right now. But I'm rather getting the money out to people that are hurting right now. Now, I got it. Maybe he's saying this is just one package and there'll be another package. And Nancy Pelosi certainly said that last Friday and Thursday. She said, this is the rescue package. There'll be the recovery package. But why have FPUC expire? Why have FPUC expire in August if you are shooting for full employment and you know that there won't be full employment till next year? The third stimulus package has $1,400 stimulus check, $2,800 for married couple, $1,400 for everyone else. It has FPUC from March to August at $400 a week. It has hazard pay, which for an amount we don't know. It has $1,700 for student aid for college students. It has $1,400 a week up to for student loan debt forgiveness. It does not have SSI and SSDI. It has rent, has utilities, has food. Ultimately, I don't want you to wait for it. If you need rent or food right now, reach out to the volunteers. They're in the pinned comment to this video, the description. Reach out to the volunteers. They're on the community page of LALATE, news.lalate.com/community. It's the page with a series of caps on the top of the page. Go down the page, you'll see the volunteers separated from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Reach out to them and they will respond to you. Indicate what city and state you're from and where you need help with rent, utilities, or mortgage assistance. Meantime, I'll see you later today on Morning to LA with a continuation of the show. Stay informed, stay focused. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay at LA for more.